Virginia lawmakers getting to work this Friday to set up possible drastic changes to the state constitution and to congressional lines as well.
Today, Governor Abigail Spanberger signed legislation allowing voter referendums on amendments on abortion rights, marriage equality, and voting qualifications for felons who've served their full sentence. Voters will decide on those three issues on November 3rd during the general election.
The governor's signature also sets up another referendum, and that's happening much sooner. On April 21st, voters will decide on proposed changes to the state's congressional district lines. And Nick Minock is here now with us, and he's got reaction from lawmakers in Richmond on this new gerrymandered map. Nick?
Right now, Virginia is represented by 6 Democrats and 5 Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives, which is a fair reflection of Virginia's electorate and how it's split during the 2024 presidential election. Here's a look at Virginia's current 11 congressional districts. Thursday night, the Democratic majority in the legislature proposed changing the district lines to look like this, almost guaranteeing that Democrats will win 10 U.S. House seats this November, leaving one Republican-leaning district in the Southwest. Friday morning, Governor Spanberger signed off on the mid-decade redistricting referendum, potentially putting the constitutional amendment before voters in the spring. Speaking to reporters afterwards, Spanberger stopped short of endorsing the partisan map, but did say she wouldn't stand in the way if the Democrat-controlled legislature sent it to her for signature. Response from party leaders here in Richmond was predictable.
Virginia's having to step up and fight back for what Texas, Missouri, and North Carolina, and eventually Florida, it looks like in April, are going to do to us. And basically, they're trying to silence Virginia's voice in Congress.
This is a partisan gerrymandering power grab. We should be focusing on affordability for Virginians, making sure they have more money in their pocket, instead of playing these political games. This is not what Virginians voted for. This does not help Virginians, and you should not be running districts from Richmond to D.C. It makes no sense.
All right, that was Nick Minock reporting. Now, amping up the fight and complicating all of this, numerous legal battles. This is already playing out in state courts due to allegations that Democrats violated state procedure in even creating this map. A judge in the southwest of the state sided with Republicans, saying that Democrats didn't follow the law when they kick-started this, quote, illegal process during a special session last October. Some think it's headed right to Virginia's state Supreme Court to decide. By the way, Politico reporting even some Virginia Democrats think they might have gone too far pushing for a 10-to-1 map. Now, just a short while ago, a Virginia Tech professor who's a Virginia politics expert spoke about this.
We don't know what the Supreme Court is going to decide. We also don't know what voters are likely to do with this amendment, because it's not only a question of supporting more Republican representatives, more Democratic representatives, and fewer Republican representatives. It also raised the issue of the procedure in which this was done, and a whole range of voters on both sides of the political partisan aisle may well say, much as Governor Spanberger has said as a candidate and before, this is not consistent with the process and the set of procedures and what we thought was happening with changing redistricting in Virginia. So I think there are lots of sides to this argument.
Okay, here's the other factor. Voters already spoke on this fight. They decided back in 2020 that Virginia should have a bipartisan commission to focus on redistricting after census counts are done every decade. In other words, this new effort we're talking about essentially sidesteps that commission that Virginia voters approved. By the way, the reason you're seeing this fight playing out in Virginia and other states across the country is because those states are all trying to either get an upper hand or level the playing field in Congress for the midterm elections later this year.